What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin update. We're going to be taking a look at the charts. We're going to start out with the smaller time frames, move on up to the macro. So make sure you stick around and get the whole view. Also, I want to remind you guys, we have a free Discord group. There is a link down below in the description. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome community. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. There is a disclaimer scrolling down the bottom. Make sure you read it. And don't forget to enter to win your Ledger Nano S hard wallet giveaway. Not your keys, not your crypto. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Take a second out, scroll down, hit that thumbs up, and leave your comment. That will get you entered to win. And let's get into it. Fear and Greed Index, we are at 91. We dropped 4 points from yesterday. Still in, yep, you guessed it, the extreme greed zone. All right, taking a look at the Dow. I've talked about it a little bit in the Discord. Looks like, I know I've been talking about a black swan. I still believe it's possible. I still believe we may see a massive dump. It's not guaranteed. Obviously, it could go the other way. But this is what I'm looking at now. This little section in here looks a lot like this section in here, and we had been talking about getting up to retest this trend line around 30,800 range. If that was to happen, I would expect a rejection there. Now a jump above that and to get this as support, that would change everything. But if you look here on the RSI, I have it marked off, these two tops here, these two tops here. Same thing, we had bearish divergence. And then obviously on the last high over here, major bearish divergence, same over here. Looks to be playing out the same way. We'll keep a close eye on it. The dollar index, we had been talking about coming down to possibly test the bottom of this wedge. It lies around 90.07, right in that range, right around 90. If we do break below that, then that changes everything. But otherwise, I'm expecting to see pretty much a carbon copy of this one over here. We'll keep an eye on it. As you can see, lower lows in the price action and higher lows in the RSI. That is bullish divergence. Looking at gold, we still have our target down here at 1736. And let's take a look at where we're at. That could change if we could open and close a candle above 1865, which is the 55 EMA, which I doubt. I do believe we're going to be heading back down towards this way. That would be an ABC correction. That's the 1-to-1 retracement, 1-to-1 ratio retracement from this high here. So that's why I'm looking at that. If you guys are interested in trading, you can use Prime XBT. This is my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. And if you check out the video above, there's a chance to win a $500 Bitcoin account to trade with for free. I will be giving that away in the coming weeks. I'll be giving away 3 of them. All you have to do is check out the video and follow the directions. Also, on this exchange, you can trade Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, and many others. And you can have multiple trades in without them clumping together like a lot of the other exchanges. You don't see all the scam wicks like you see on the other exchanges. But anyways, if you want to check them out, Savy50, the promo code will get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit. So if you deposit $1,000, you get $500 on your bonus that you can use towards the margin. And then if you use Savy25, that gets you 25% off your trading fees. All right, let's look at the hourly here. So this is what I'm looking at, is a possible descending channel. We do have a fractal that I'm going to show you after this that we're keeping an eye on also. But as you can see, we got rejected right here on this trend line coming off of this triangle here. And it also lines up with these 2 wicks on the bottom, 2 wicks up here as a falling channel. Now a break above the 9600, 9700 range would break above this. Then my target is going to be a measured move of the breakout of here. And that would be somewhere in the around $21,600 range. If that was to happen, we would have to break above this trend line. If not, I see us coming back down to back to test the bottom here, and that could be anywhere depending on where it would hit. Anywhere from, if it came straight down, which is highly unlikely, at about 17.4 all the way to around 17.2, somewhere in that area. Now, if we look at the swing low to the swing high here, put our Fibonacci retracements on there, we are getting support on the 0.236 fib. A break of this, our next support is 18,480. After that, the next support is a 0.5 fib at 18,057. And then our golden pocket zone, our 0.618 is about 17.6. So that's an area to watch. And if you look at this, we did come from our swing high back down and bounced off of our Fibonacci retracement. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. But anyways, this is what I'm looking at now. A break on either the upside or the downside is going to be our next major move, in my opinion. And a breakdown below there would get us to around that $15,200 range. Now, let's look at the fractal. This is on the 6 hour, and this is back in February when we made this top here before our, this led into our Black Swan event, which came right after, as you can see. Let's take a look at it a little bit closer. See what happened. As you can see, before it started, we had a big dip here, came up, made the top of this triangle, broke out of the bottom, came back to retest it twice before continuing down. Let's take a look at, now this is on the 12 hours, so this is much bigger. But anyway, same thing. We had our dip, came up to the top of the triangle, dipped down below. This is our second retest of this trend line here. And if it's going to do like the Black Swan event in March, it would be something like this, possibly much, much further down, but just to get an idea of it. But that's what I'm watching here. This is invalid if we open and close a candle above this area. And as of today, excuse me, this is the 12 hour. The other one's a 6 hour, so it's about double. But open and close above 19,700, then I would say this is invalid. But until then, it is valid. Check out my wife's webpage. You want to help support the channel, inkyourimage.com. There's a link down below with other affiliate links down there that really help the channel out. If you have a second, scroll down, check them out. A lot of cool Christmas gift ideas on here. She makes this all herself, so it's quality stuff, not garbage. There's also a Bitcoin section down here, so check it out. I appreciate it. And looking at the 4 hour. So looking at the 4 hour, we were watching this rising broadening wedge. We dipped down below, got to bounce off the 200 EMA and continued up to where we are right now. Another break of this line, if we have made our high here, which I do think we have, again, if that high breaks, everything changes. But if we have made our high here and we do come back down to break the bottom through here, and as I've said before, once we break this, I do think we will come back down and finish breaking through. But anyway, that gets us to around the 13.5. If we take a look at the swing low, and I took the swing low from way back here in February of 2000, or actually, I'm sorry, it was December of 2018, our low over there as the low, this being the high. Fibonacci retracement levels are the 0.236 is at 16,000. 13.5 is the 0.382. The 0.5 is at 11.5. Then we have the golden pocket zone between 9,000 and 9,500. And then, of course, our 0.786 at 6,700. Don't forget, guys, there are gaps down in here. People wanted to talk about the gaps we just made a couple days ago to verify their bullish opinion. That's why I kind of made the clickbait title. You see lots of people calling for $100,000 Bitcoin, 500 million, whatever, whatnot. A lot of that is just to get people to watch the channel, trying to go to their channel. I don't like to lie or put up crazy stuff on my thumbnails just to get people in. I understand why they do it. It gets people to open it, and then if they like it, cool, they'll stay. But I just find it a little ridiculous that people do that. Anyways, that explains the thumbnail. All right, looking at the daily. So the daily, we have these trend lines here off of each one of these peaks going to this middle peak here. And as of right now, like I said, we could remain bullish as long as we stay above the 18.8, but a drop below that area and one more drop below here, guys, and I think it's pretty much over. We would at least come back down to test that 0.236 at around 16,000. and that is this rising broadening wedge you see in pink. That would be retesting the top. A break back inside that, all bad for Bitcoin. Like I said, then we would look at these next retracement levels that we talked about before. And I will take a look at the longer term here, but first I want to show you the bearish divergence in the monthly RSI. And as you can see, this monthly candle looks pretty good right now, but we still have half the month left. We could end up all the way, as crazy as it sounds, back down in here like we did over here. So be careful. Looking at this, we've talked about it. Peak to peak from 2017 to 2019 is 550 days. 524 days from peak to peak at June 19 to December 20th. That was 524 days. If that happens again, our next high should be 2022. And if we look at our 2017 low to our 2018 low, that was 457 days. 2018 low to 2019 low, or 20 low, 455 days. If we were to do that again, this is why I've been talking about buying back my HODL position in June of next year, because that's where the next low would be. The next low could be up here at 12. Could be, you know, we could continue up and it come back down to 20. But if Bitcoin's going to 100,000, 150,000, 300,000, like people think, does it really matter where you buy back in? So I'm looking at June. I will let you know if I change my mind. Now let's talk about these triangle tops here. As you can see, I have it marked down here in this indicator. Go back to yesterday's video if you want to know the indicator. But we have this trend line across here. Every time our daily goes up, hits our peak, comes down, crosses that, it's never returns. This took 352 days from the time it crossed there to get to our bottom. This one here took 250 days to hit our bottom. Once it crossed below there, it never came back up. We are below that now, guys, and we closed our yesterday below. Although it does look like it's turning up, I'm pretty confident in this. Again, it's my opinion. You're going to hear people saying that Bitcoin is so bullish, it's going so high. You're going to hear people say, not many, but I say, Bitcoin's bearish, it's going lower. It's up to you to make up your own mind. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. I'm showing you my view and why I'm thinking that way. And I try to go into as much detail as I can so you understand what I'm trying to say. Also, let's go back into here. My theory on these triangles and why they react the way they do. 2017, huge bull run. I'm sure most of you remember. A lot of you are new. But all we got was bullish, crazy bullish news here. Every time it went up, people thought we were going to go break the high. Every single time. And that's what creates the triangle. What happens is the big money guys, every time one of them pumps come, they sell. Every time it starts pumping again, they sell. If they sold them all up here, they would not get as much. Every time you sell more Bitcoin on the exchanges, the Bitcoin price goes down. So they got to keep letting it pump to get out. They're exiting their positions all through here. And where did they come back in? Right here. This was all accumulation. This was all distribution. Now, same thing, 2019. Got our big pump. Came back down. Everybody got excited. It was coming up while they could sell into it, getting high dollar for their Bitcoin. Again, if they sold them all, it would just make them come down faster. Big money sells these rallies. Every time there's a low rally, there's always good news. You yourself can pay Yahoo, all these different Bitcoin news channels to post whatever the hell you want them to say. And that's what big money does. And then they sell into it to keep the prices high. Same thing. Then they all bought back down here, did it again. We've been talking about this on this channel forever, and I believe that we are starting to see the beginning of the same thing here. And I did show you, let me zoom out, June of next year, which would be right around this area. I'll move this over. Somewhere in this range. Like I said, no matter where it is, I think it's going to be around June next year when it bottoms. Maybe it'll only be 13,000. Maybe it'll be 14,000. Who knows? But I do believe we will see our next low in June. Now, let's look at the MACD here. There's a couple more things I want to point out. Definitely stick around, pay attention, because we're going to look at this in a few different ways. But as you can see, we got our sell signal at the top there. Let's look at the 2-day. And then we're going to go into the 4 hour, and I'm going to show you something really interesting. 2-day, got our sell signal. 3-day is still lingering right around there. But in the 3-day, we still have 1 day and 7 hours left for this to turn around and give us our sell signal here. We'll see what happens. This is looking like it's losing momentum big time, so I still believe we're going to continue down from here, in my opinion. I do believe we have topped. If we break the all-time high, obviously I will have to reevaluate. But let's look at this in the 4 hour. There's something I wanted to point out. Another thing you can see whenever it tops out, this is what we're going to look at. Let's go over to our 2017 top. Again, this is on the 4 hour. You see how volatile and how crazy the MACD got in this area? Just insane volatility. That's because FOMO buyers are getting sold into, and that's what it looks like. Now let's move over to the next peak, which was right over here. And if we look at what happened here, more crazy volatility. FOMO buyers buying in, big boys exiting. And we go over to our top now. Look at that. We're getting the same exact thing. FOMO is buying in, big boys exiting. That is the reason I do believe we are going to go much lower. And I do still think it's going to be around June of next year. I could be wrong in the timing, but I will keep you notified. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Smash that like button. Leave your comments down below. And this is the NVT we've been keeping an eye on. Still below the signal line on the daily. Check the 2-day. Still below the signal line. Let's check the 3-day. Below the signal line. Let's check the weekly. Weekly is headed towards the signal line. So let's see what happens here, guys. It's getting pretty excited. I still think we go down much further. Again, I could be wrong. If we break the high, then we'll have to take another look at it. According to the EMAs, yeah, it does look bearish, or bullish, I'm sorry. We are still on top. But as you can see, once it starts coming down, it can really come down. So just be careful, guys. Like I said, with all the, there's really bearish people out there, really bullish people. We need them both, or else the market wouldn't be a market. So anyways, always make up your own mind, your own decisions. It's good to watch a bunch of different people and then kind of come up with your own conclusion. At least you can learn from it. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head, smash a like and comment, and I'm out. Take it easy.